300.
Lost the cannon.
He's fine. And all right, there's a shock blast and fake. Oh, it's in the air, and there's first blood for Chovy with a pyro blast.
View there of Faker, but we'll see when we go into the replay if we can.
I hope they don't do it to him. As Hepa Pulverize does come in from Carrier. Ruler once again finding a bit of an angle here with his rebuttal, but the unstoppable onslaught delivers Faker to the bar lane, and Ruler, he has to try and dodge it, therefore walking into the waiting.
And only the ghost there.
We are going to see it.
Yeah, but from Canyon's perspective,
Any moving 되나?
from Poppy as they realize they're in trouble, but Faker drives right between the tri-brush, and he's dead again.
Huh.
That's surprising.
Zoned in the lane as a flank.
Ow. Question mark. As Ruler this time doesn't have the rebuttal, he's going to get snared. There's the heroic charge back, but Carrier running real fast with that ghost, and Ruler has nothing he can do. He just dies.
You know, I think with the Mel, you're so good at playing into sort of longer range, but there's nothing you can do. I'm looking at this enemy composition as the Mel, and it's kind of nightmare fuel.
And so now Faker gonna have to try and keep himself alive. Channels another Q, and now Oda makes his way in. Canyon flashes. Dawning Shadow comes down, and there's the flash from Ona to follow, and down goes the Jace. Ona here to save the play, and now Carrier will find the flash from Chovy as well.
This Triforce spike on the Wukong, you can see after the initial flash, they weren't sure if they wanted to extend the play, but Ona's like, no, I have the damage, follow me. And he absolutely did to take out the Jace and Chovy. Having a flash as well, punishing there.
Is not what you want to be doing. Spade's coming on over, just grabbing as many souls as he can. Feeling good about that. As Doran looking to gank and Olaf. Let's see whether they can get the Ragnarok at least. As Mountain is going to get pushed back. It is going to be a Mountain Soul. Oh my god, if T1, if T1 get control of this game again and stack 4 Mountains, it's unplayable for Gen.G. Absolutely. As now Doran taking so much damage, Dawning Shadow is going to at least soften up Chovy a little bit, as the exhaust was used just to get rid of him. And now Pays throws the Rift Herald towards this outer turret in the mid lane. Ruler not with enough wave clear to clear this one out quickly enough. As first turret is going to be the race here as Ona finds Canyon. Canyon does get the Hammer Boot back and does have himself a Blast Cone in order to escape. But that is going to be first turret going over to Gen.G and extending that gold lead.
Yeah, should see Pays answer here in the mid lane. And Ona with a lot of pressure. He has to be careful of Chovy over the wall.
Yeah. Oh, low 4 health! And Ona is able to just turn around and say thanks for the red buff.
Objectives. Gen.G have Prio now. Faker's going to TP over and try to wrestle some of that away.
Yeah, Kane makes his way in there as well as Faker turns up. Avoiding a fair bit of this poke right now as Duro going to get snared. Doesn't snare the rest of his teammates though, as Doran is on a flank angle and he is so scary if he can get into this backline. Shock Blast goes wide, actually could be a big deal as there is the flash in from Carrier, but he's a little bit disconnected from the rest of the team. They're chasing Chovy out of there. The Undertow's thrown the other way, but the flash to follow from Doran. In the meantime, the rest of the fight, Gen.G trying to pull it back, and the flash forward from Keen gets the kill onto the cow, and Chovy somehow playing a weird game of tennis where the dragon is the net. What the heck was going on there? As the snare not going to connect onto Faker, who looks to get himself out. These health bars are so low. How is this just a 1-for-1? T1 get control of the Drake and just leave it there.
Goes so well for T1 because
things get a little bit different as Gen.G again have this Prio now.
Well, into the pit goes Doran, but he immediately gets pulled back, taking so much damage. Dawning Shadow keeping him alive, but he will be taken out. They traded for Ruler, but there's still a lot of damage left here for Gen.G. The Grim Deliverance from Keen. Carrier right in amongst it, but he's going to be taken out. And now it's Ona that's in there doing battle. Finds the Poppy, but that's just the support. And that is going to be the Drake going over to Gen.G. Keeping their hold. I don't know whether T1 will have enough time to get this center scaled up, you know, to have that advantage. As the unstoppable onslaught here from Faker is optimistic, as Chovy does have those Swifties. The rest of T1 looking for an angle, but Ona's approach is going to get denied, and I think Faker is just gonna go down. Chovy comes on over, does have a Q, but it's Canyon that grabs the kill. The rest of T1, Doran is at least able to take this turret in the bottom lane, but he's got a teleport in hand.
Baron's up, and without half of the front line, I think they just focus him down again. If he decides to show up, he is going to come here a little bit late. Gen.G playing this slow. Duro on the flank.
Yeah, keep his verdict. Going to be a big deal, but it's on cooldown.
And again, he's looking for it.
Yeah. Flash not quite available just yet. Aizen is going to stop that one. Carrier in so much trouble. Gen.G looking for the turn. A better Baron play than their last one, we have to admit.
Oh, Doran gets caught here.
With the wraparound. And Chovy is going to be able to find him with that stun. He has to throw down the Ragnarok, but using it defensively. He doesn't get a lot of time. And Keen wants that angle. Owner is going to find him. And it looks like Keen is going to get dissuaded, and the Baron will be foregone for now.
I think so long ago in the game is going to be a big responsibility for Doran to maybe be a frontline so that FaZe can actually go with him in terms of target select. They're just going to focus the Dragon now. They've done enough work here. Keria getting low.
Yeah, Gen.G going to try and hold on to this one. Remember, this is Mountain Soul, T1. They cannot give this one up. But Faker makes his way back. The rest of his teammates looking a little worse for wear, though, and FaZe just needs to hammer that Q button over and over again.
But again, only hitting Keen, and no one else cares. And these shot
the flash forward from Keen, but he misses. Doesn't get on top of FaZe, who gets his exhaust off. And now Keria gets into that backline. Chovy able to avoid FaZe. Grim Deliverance is denied. And now the Dragon should belong to T1. A double. Doran as he gets into the backline, but it's Ruler that locks that one down. Owner should be able to secure this Dragon, but that is going to be the snipe from Canyon to try and even out this trade. And it will not be even in the end. T1 deny the soul and win the fight.
Faker wants more here. They are going to try to collapse.
And Faker's health bar looking a whole lot better now, as Ruler is going to be able to snare him. The flash forward, and Ruler will get that speed up from the W.
This was such a chaotic fight. I've got to
Based on
say,
the movement of Gen.G, and the Keeper's Verdict is not going to come
He just
on
wants
through,
to
but
make
that is
sure
just a
Owner
free
doesn't
Mountain Soul.
He just
Hell yeah. Don't get
it's
hit.
on this very deep flank. And is now trying to find an angle. Oh, TP coming in. They're going for a play.
Yeah, Keen actually cancels his back there as well, as Keria is going to find him. Faker looking for an angle here. Let's see whether Keen can actually buy enough time, because Doran and Owner are both running up.
This is a
Pass is going to follow as, yeah, Keen does have the ulti. He's doing a lot of work and has charged up the passive. It's going to take a long time as now Canyon gets on in here. There is the chase as they look to get on top of Doran, the Dawning Shadow, to keep him alive as it's both of them going down. In the meantime, though, Pace just dead to Chovy. The bear burns him down, and Chovy throws a Q into a decoy, but eventually finds the right Wukong, and Faker might be able to push Chovy away, but the damage, it has been done, and Gen.G will wipe them off the map.
This felt like a winning play for T1, but then Paze gets exploded by Chovy, and suddenly, without that damage, without that DPS, without that it really well.
Flashed on his face, and he was just dead.
But I think in Paze's mind, he's like, I don't die here. I've cleansed Flash. He was pretty late with the cleanse.
Yeah. Either way, an impressive play from Gen.G, and now full. Well, you've got Ruler now trying to push this one in, unless he finds a beautiful angle to avoid a 5v5.
They're looking for him. They don't know where he is. They're like, where is this Olaf? Okay. I want to see him. I need to know where he is. It's behind them.
Just TPing for the shield right now. Oh, it doesn't actually have it.
Oh, he doesn't have
it. Yeah.
As, all right, Keen could be in a little bit of trouble. Grim Deliverance is available, so he will be able to keep that one alive as the Pulverize comes in. T1 looking for the angle is Keen. He gets the Grim Deliverance. He manages to keep himself alive, but everyone is going down lower, and there is another snare, so Keen is dead. In trade for Owner, the flash out from Duro might be able to keep him alive as Faker just being that front line, and T1 now have control of the Drake.
But with no jungler, this could have been...
It probably would have been the end of the game, I think, in almost every situation, but the fact that he's not there is that we get another free fight here.
There he is now.
Yeah, he turns around, but he's spotted so incredibly quickly. Chovy looks for the angle. The hell power of this. Olaf is going down, but it's not going to fall. And Chovy dies. T1 fine, 2. Ruler is still alive, still has some damage, but Canyon will hit the deck, and that is 3 on the floor. T1 able to march up this bottom lane if they want to.
That's the late game Olaf comeback. You were talking about Atlas in the draft before we even got in the game. We've seen Doran do this before. In our minds, we're wondering about the simulation of what would happen if he was in that back line, and then we saw it before our very eyes. Ruler, the last to fall here, and I think T1 have pulled themselves to match point.
They've managed to do it once again. Doran on the late game, Olaf comes in clutch, and this was not an easy game. This hasn't been an easy series, but T1 are looking to go to match point. Keen trying to defend.
Yeah, trying to kill the minion wave at least, but it's going to be very difficult. Doesn't get that passive, and Duro now with the Keeper's Verdict. Can he get rid of them? The answer is no. Now, he hits a few minions away, but that is about it.
Not enough.
And there are 7 seconds on Chovy, and I don't think that's going to mean anything at all. T1, 1 game away from Daejon. As out of the fountain goes Chovy, and back again he goes immediately as T1 will walk off the stage after drafting a very